So tonight, a young college student who takes care of his family is worried about missing class after he was shot multiple times on the job.
Euclid police are now looking for those shooters, while News 5's Delon Dillard spoke exclusively to the victim as he recovers in the hospital.
Delon tells us how the student's school is now stepping in to help.
At first, it was just a typical day at work.
Video chatting with me from his hospital room, college junior Marshawn Wilson is simply grateful to still be in the land of the living.
If I wasn't going to the operating room in time, I could have passed away. So I'm extremely grateful that I'm still here. I feel like my angels above was looking over me.
Okay, he says if he wouldn't have gotten to the operating room in time, he would be no longer with us. Now, those of you who watch all the videos, salute to y'all first. And you guys know I talk about this a lot. A weekend in a said city, 60 people shot, 6 dead. 100 people shot, 8 dead. These mass shootings in Blackistan. 12 people shot, 1 dead. They had one in D.C. last year, 20 people were shot. Then 1 person died. But you see the numbers throughout the weeks and the months. And the reason the death toll in the Sun Belt, the stand, isn't twice to 3 times, maybe 4 times as high, is because of these EMTs. First off, it's the cops doing the scoop and runs. Then it's the EMTs, life-saving measures. Then it's these surgeons and these nurses at these hospitals, man. Every night, saving these son people's lives every night in these major cities and in these mid-sized cities. And now in these small cities, because for some reason it's like we're everywhere, man. I told you I drove up to Binghamton last week. Binghamton looked like East St. Louis, man. Like we're everywhere. So it's like, when is somebody gonna come out and thank these doctors and these surgeons at these hospitals that save so many son people's lives, including this brother?
College junior Marshawn Wilson is simply grateful to still be in the land of the living.
If I wasn't going to the operating room in time, I could have passed away. So I'm extremely grateful that I'm still here. I feel like my angels above was looking over me.
Wilson, a stalker at this Euclid Dollar Tree, nearly died Sunday, telling me a man who was suspected of trying to steal from this store earlier that day came back with a group of men and jumped one of his co-workers outside.
Think about that. Just think about all the things that were just said. A man who was suspected of stealing from a dollar store earlier in the day, which means that he did steal. Because every one of us goes to Dollar Tree. I know I do all the time. They ain't hawking you like that. It's not like you shopping at Tiffany's or something. Okay? Or you in the Burberry store. Okay? If you got caught stealing out of Dollar Tree, you must have did one of those where they just fill up the bags and just walk out or something like that. Something egregious. Because they don't even, they might have one cashier and maybe another person that's supposed to be stocking, but they in the back. You never going to see more than 3 people on the floor at a Dollar Tree. So, but check this out. He's stealing from a dollar store. And this is what I tell you about the stand. This is what makes the stand so dangerous. So this is a guy who steals out of dollar stores. So he's probably, you know, not like high status in the whole scheme of things of America. But in the stand, he can find a bunch of fools to go back to the store he was just accused of stealing from and assault an employee on camera in front of dozens of witnesses. Because you know the dollar store. Think about that. This is what makes Sunmen so dangerous. Any Sunman can go back and find and come back with a bunch of dudes that'll throw their lives away. Now listen, you gotta understand, like, these guys aren't thinking they're gonna throw their lives away, but they don't care. Okay? So if this Marshawn kid dies, if he had died, all the guys that he went and got to come up to the dollar store with me so we can beat up some guy that I probably would never see again in life. Somebody accused me of stealing from the dollar store. Let's go back up there and beat him up. Not somebody, I fronted somebody a key and they ran off. You know? Or I loaned somebody $1,000 and they told me to go screw myself. Not somebody messed with my family. Nothing. I was stealing out the dollar store, got caught. The dude that caught me, I'm mad at him. I'm gonna come get a bunch of guys and we're gonna go back up to the dollar store. Listen. I lived in the stand. The randomest dude can go get a bunch of other dudes to go potentially throw their lives away. That's what you see a lot of times in these drive-bys, in these shootings. You see 3-4 people get arrested. Man, one of them guys had some petty beef. And he got some boys and they went and did whatever they did and they got caught. And now they're all doing like 20, 40 years. Some of them doing like 70 years if they get caught and they get convicted. But that's what makes the stand very dangerous. And also you have the fact that here, he was asked to leave. And I don't know if you guys are sharing these videos. I'm not sure that you guys are sharing these videos. Because people don't understand that when it says don't ask a Sunman to leave unless you're going to leave, they think that there's like certain situations where that doesn't apply. That applies in every situation. You're the bounce at the club. You bounce some dudes out the club. Go to your manager. Hey, boss, I'm clocking out. It applies to every situation. There's not a situation where that doesn't apply. Because a lot of you guys think it's just like, man, get out of my house. No. There's no situation where you tell a son man to leave somewhere and he ain't going to come back. There's no situation, man, where it doesn't apply. You can think of all of your librarian. Some guy's talking at the library loud and you ask him to leave. He's going to come back to the library and assault you on camera in front of a bunch of people. The lifeguard. Somebody's doing cannonballs or, wearing shoes in the pool. And you tell him, hey, man, you got to leave. He going to come back to the pool with some people and they're going to assault you in front of everybody. It applies to every situation, including if you catch somebody stealing out of the dollar store.
Wilson, a stalker at this Euclid Dollar Tree, nearly died Sunday, telling me a man who was suspected of trying to steal from this store earlier that day came back with a group of men and jumped one of his coworkers outside. Wilson says he came out to help the coworker and ended up shot.
I said I was shot 3 times. I was shot in my hand. I was shot in my leg. Then I was shot in my stomach. It had went through the middle of my stomach, exited out the side of my stomach.
Like many people, first thing I do is check my phone.
Not even 24 hours later, Dr. Katie Kramer receives this frantic email. It's from Marshawn, urging her to FaceTime him immediately.
Well, it's an emergency, and my heart just totally sunk. And
Kramer is an instructor at Lake Erie College, and Marshawn has 3 classes with her.
one of the first things he starts saying is, I don't think I'm going to be in class on Wednesday. And I'm like, Marshawn, that is the last thing that you need to be worried about right now. Like, don't worry about it at all. You know, we'll take care of it, you know.
She took it a step further. Kramer started a GoFundMe for Wilson, raising more than $5,000 in just 2 days. Lake Erie students also taking it upon themselves to support him, selling snacks and writing get well cards. I'm told all the proceeds go straight to Wilson.
He's so conscientious, and he's committed to getting his special education degree. He only has 3 semesters left, so we're all trying to do whatever we can to get him through this and get him his degree.
Dynamite kid. These are the type of kids I say you invest all the money and resources into. A kid like this. We as the Stand and the Sun Belt, whatever you want to call it, we got to stop pouring all our money into thugs and hoodlums and wayward kids that just can't get right, and keep on putting money into. We got to put money into kids like this. Okay? And salute to that white woman, man. Salute to that Glacier Glider for, starting that GoFundMe for this kid. And salute to all the kids at the school, because at some point, we got to take the top, the cream, and help give them a leg up, give them a boost, instead of just pouring millions and millions of dollars of federal funds and every year into kids that, frankly, if we're honest, they're not going to make it. They're not going to make it. And if one of them makes it, becomes a rapper and makes it and survives being a rapper, which is very hard, or one, starts up a 501(c) program helping other youths, yeah, great. But the success stories are so few and far between. But we got a bunch of son teens, son kids like this, son young men, son young women like this that just completely go ignored. They can't get nothing, no assistance.
He has 3 semesters left, so we're all trying to do whatever we can to get him through this and get him his degree.
On top of studying to become a special education teacher and working, Wilson says he takes care of his little brother, and he's not letting anything, even 3 bullets, veer him away from his goal.
I'm now just really in school trying to finish so I can be more of a role model for my little brother Bryson. And then I also lost my mom in 2019, and she's the really big reason why I wanted to finish school. It was for her.
He was such an inspiring young man indeed. And Euclid police say multiple suspects involved in this incident. They have been identified, but right now they are still looking for them. Courtney.
Wow, the weight of the world on Marshawn's shoulders. We wish him the best of luck as he recovers. Thanks so much, Delon.